guest tonight has been doing what he loves for years. Live comedy and improvisational shows. He also starred in several national commercials while continuing to work at the Second City Training Center here in Chicago. He is one of the funniest people I know. His favorite quote is, "Think outside the box or enjoy living in one." So please, without delay, put your hands together for the very, very funny and talented DaWild Cat.
Hey,
What's going on, brother? I got something for you. Hold on a second. Mr. Wildcat.
yes.
See that, everybody?
Right.
Comedy is a marathon.
It's still looking clean, too.
It is clean. My first time wearing it.
What's
Comedy
up,
is a
brother?
marathon. If you want to support my man in his journey, you can get one.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wildcat, let's get it going.
Mm-hmm.
So, you started off at Second City.
No.
Where'd you start off with your
I
comedy?
started off doing comedy at a comedy club called B&J's.
B&J's.
Oh, West Side?
B&J's, no, Razzmatazz. That's,
Oh, wow.
David Williams used to
Yes.
host that on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the first time. I just walked up to him, man. I would go to shows just watching comics. I just walked up to him like, hey, man, what's some good advice you can give a new comic? He's like, come up here next week. I'll put you on stage. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm trying to get some advice. And he was like, man.
On jokes.
Yeah, he was just, man, write your jokes down, man. Practice them, come through. And I came through, man, and it was great.
Okay.
Fans
So
there.
let me ask you this. The first time you ever hit the stage,
Mm-hmm.
first time Wildcat. Now, guys out there watching live and watching on the show, Wildcat has been on a lot of commercials. He makes funny faces. I remember one commercial both of us auditioned for, that football commercial. You had braids.
Yeah, that was NFL.
NFL, right.
NFL shop.com.
Yeah.
I didn't have braids.
No, you didn't have, you had long hair. Didn't you have long hair?
No.
Well,
I
he
just
got
probably
the
needed a
commercial.
haircut.
Yeah, that's it. He needed a haircut.
That's what that was.
He had nappy hair.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he got it. But when you first hit the stage, what went through your mind? How were you feeling at that moment when you finally got to go on the stage and become a comedian? What was that like?
Well, I mean, my first time on stage wasn't my first time performing.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the speech team in high school, Thornton speech team. A lot of people didn't even know they had a speech team.
No, I did.
But they had 13 different events, and they competed just like the football team, the basketball team. You had original comedy, you had humorous duet acting, special occasion speaking. So I did that 4 years of high school, took second and third in state. So by the time I really started doing comedy, I already had the stage presence. I was already familiar with performing in front of strangers. So my first time on stage technically wasn't the first time.
What was your key speech? Which piece did you use for
I would do original comedy, which is similar to stand-up, just you can't curse. I would take the story of Rapunzel.
No, specifically for the speech team where you were taking different things.
Yeah, that's
okay.
that's what I was.
Okay.
Yeah. It was,
Okay, my man.
Yeah, it's not. They have different events.
Gotcha.
So it's not like I'm doing oratorical declamation
Gotcha.
or something like that. My event was original comedy. It was
Gotcha.
my job to take an original situation or something else and put a spin on it. So I think freshman year I did the story of Rapunzel, and I had Bill Cosby, let your hair down, come on up, and,
Gotcha.
and I would mix it into that, man, and just kind of do that. So that kind of gave me my bones to be a comedian. I didn't know. I was just trying to stay out of trouble.
So when you said to Bill Cosby, let your hair down so I could come on up and give you a pudding pop?
That's a touchy subject these days.
Yeah, no, you
No,
can't say
he
that
did
in
the
high
pudding
school.
commercials.
Well, not just the pudding, it's the other stuff that he's been
Yeah.
put away for.
Yeah, a little more in
You
that,
got
in
locked
that
up?
cup.
We
We love you, Bill. Okay?
love you, Bill.
I know it ain't your fault, man.
Free bill.
Being Bill Cosby is hard. I'm the Wildcat, and I'm in trouble half the time.
So Wildcat, what does your family think about your comedy? Do your family actually think you're funny? Because our family could be the worst critics.
Actually, my auntie Rita, L. Rita Smith, was the first one to kind of put me on stage. You know, my grandparents had went out of town, and I just basically went up there and roasted all the family members. So You know, that was like the first person to say something in them, because I was just a little boy walking around cracking jokes. And my family, they used to it, man. They've been waiting on it. Actually, a couple of my uncles passed, and my other uncle asked me to do some comedy at the funeral.
I can see that.
And I'm like, this is like, but can I sit and mourn with the rest of the family? You
That's how
know,
black people mourn.
but
They cry like, hope they make
yeah,
everybody laugh.
but my uncle Robert was like, man, you don't understand. You have a gift given to you by God, and everybody in here is mourning. They're gonna be sad. So I went in there and roasted the family members, and man, I roasted my uncle and
The one that died?
Yeah,
It was a hell of a funeral, looking for somebody to die so you can tell some jokes.
That whole element, that was one of the first times in my life I was like, wow.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
But comedy truly transcends everything there is. It doesn't have a color.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't have a creed.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a denomination. It's a presentation, and it makes everyone feel something, and you can feel something else outside of what someone else is, just because they can deliver something to make you smile and giggle.
Yeah.
And depending on what you're doing and where you at, and who you're trying to get to feel something, it depends, right?
Well, you know. And at the end of it, they was like, well, how did your set go on the funeral? You know me, I'm a jerk. I'm like, oh, I killed him. I killed him dead. Bro, you could have saw.
Can I get
boy.
some?
You could have saw. You know.
So, okay, now, one question that I want to know, being in the comedy area, in the acting area, how did you develop your routine? And have you ever thought something was funny, but it didn't get a laugh?
Yeah, that happens, man. It's you find the quality in the quantity, and you have to stick with it. You have to do it. More importantly, you can't continuously go on stage with the jokes that you're comfortable with. You gotta test yourself. You gotta try yourself. You have to tape your set, audio, on the desk, on the chair.
And
you
who
have
did you
to
tell
be
that?
able to, huh?
Who did you tell that?
I told you that.
You sure
yeah.
did.
You have to tape yourself. Comedians tape yourself so you can listen to it. You're like, oh, okay, now I know what I can do. I can go back. I can change this up. Now with this part, I can add to it. So you have to become a student. I don't care what you're doing. Educate yourself on it. You want to be a cameraman? Learn about it. Don't just grab a camera. You know?
One thing, Wildcat, I didn't want to do. Wildcat told me, he always gave me advice. And he told me to tape myself, either videotape or audio. And I did it, but I didn't want to listen to it because I was scared to see what I really did.
Yeah.
But when I watched it, to my surprise, I did some really good things. So I looked at the things that weren't so good, and looked at how I could correct them. But then I looked at the things that got laughs, and I kind of merged it together. And you know, I would ride to shows with you in the car and just ask you questions, and you would just answer them.
Yeah.
But that's what we have to learn how to do, people. We have to learn how to support each other and help each other because there's enough out there for all of us. And what I want to know is, when what do you see? You're doing movies, you're doing commercials, you do stand up, and you're very funny.
Thank you.
And I've had the pleasure of sharing the stage with you, and I have video of it, so I ain't lying.
Yeah, yeah.
But what do you see in your very near future? I'm not going down the line because you've been doing this so long. You're close.
Yeah.
What do you see in your very near future?
Well, we live in an industry, man, and you know you gotta have your soul centered, and that's what I've been doing. That's really why I haven't moved on to other things, because I could have moved to LA when I was doing commercials and all that other stuff. I went to LA and I felt the energy and realized consciously enough that I'm not ready for this. You know, I don't want to go out there. And I got 7 kids, and I'm living that life. I had to take more time and mature and get myself together. So now I'm ready. In the near future, I just was working on a TV show. I don't really want to say the name yet,
Right.
but it'll be coming out soon. A couple of movies just got picked up. A movie that I did with young Simeon, All for the Money. Written by Quincy Trent, just got picked up. It'll be in Walmart real soon. So I'm actually packing up, man. I'm going to La La Land
Oh, man.
because I got a lot of opportunities out
Some
there.
of our people here in the Simeon Henderson Show audience with Mag 1, they always give them positive feedback, particularly for our guests. And people love you. They're going berserk over the fact that you're on the show with us. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks for the love. Ow.
When you felt the energy in LA, was it overwhelming for you? Did you think that it was you were not ready for the big moment just yet, so you needed to come back and physically and mentally mature?
Yeah, I knew that I would have gotten into some trouble.
Okay.
Tried cocaine, something stupid. if I was
Not the
not,
coke.
yes, if I knew I wasn't ready.
Right.
I was still young in the game. My sons were growing up. I didn't want to
So
leave.
that life was too hot just then.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't want to leave two boys growing up in Chicago and their daddies somewhere else.
Right.
I'm a father first. So,
Amen to that.
I had to do that. But now, within the near future, man, I'll be out there. They've been waiting on me. It's love when you go to a place and you just get love because you've been going there for 16, 17 years.
Okay, I appreciate that. There you have it, folks. Mr. Brian the Wildcat Smith, one of the funniest people coming out of Chicago and actually all over the world and all over the country, doing his thing, traveling, doing movies, commercials, stage plays. He's on the rise. He's rising. Look out for Brian the Wildcat Smith. He is going to blow you away.
Check me out on all social media, DA Wildcat. Also, if you don't have a .com, you're not really doing business. Check me out, actorbriansmith.com.